What is going on, people? And this is the Ubunifu
Space.
All right, and today, we reacting to Mr. Dr. Ofori. The name of the song is Boa Me.
But I think you should. No, sorry.
Cut him off.
Objection.
No,
You cut it off.
Shut up. Wait.
I don't feel like I could do that again. What is going on, people? And this is the Ubunifu Space! Yeah! Ooh! Oh!
The energy in that was too much.
Alright. And today, we have a special video for you from Ghana, straight to my hometown. Yeah. And it is from Mr. Dr. Ofori. If you don't know,
My daytime running.
okay, if you don't know who it is by the Honorable Michael Dapaah. Yes. And today,
Honorable Chief Whip.
If you don't know Michael Dapaah,
One of the Parliament members.
if you don't know him,
alright.
if you do not know him, he is a
Roadman Shack.
the guy who created Big Shaq. He is a
Man's not.
He's a comedian, isn't it?
comedian, but I see him more than a comedian. But
He's got 3 personas.
yeah, he has 3 personas. If you have not seen his stuff, it's called Swill, and I'm sure you've seen the Big Shaq Man's Not Hot video. So yeah, that is him, the talented Dr. Ofori / Michael Dapaah today, and the name of the song is Boa Me. And it's
What does
their
Boa Me
remix. Help Me.
Okay.
Which he released on Ghanaian Independence.
Yeah, and he released it on Ghanaian Independence. Thank you, Mons. So, I think today we're gonna start that now. Click in the play.
You don't know. We just grow. I'm loving that freestyle.
Rocking the Kente.
Count the next show. Boa Me, it's a big look. Come on, my bro, man. Only for you. Only the best from the best, my brother. Thank you. Hey, share movies. Man is nothing.
Man is
I'm a big fan, you know. Yeah. I cut the crap. How can you manage not cut the crap? The name you dropped? Yeah, Manis. How can you be allowing myself to come in here and say my lyrics without validated permissions? Why not? It's not his lyrics. So it's your lyrics? It's my lyrics. So what have you got? I'll show you how it's done properly. Yeah. I too. It's a classic. A special.
Bruh, the goals are sick though.
Ofori. It's Dr. Ofori. Yeah.
Hey.
Just vapor. Wow. Me and some can see yo. We say 2 + 2 is 4. And 4. A door. We go.
Hey.
What about me? We say yo. We say yeah.
Yeah, whiskey.
And I bring that to Boa Me.
Visuals are sick. Yeah.
Boa Me. We say Boa Me. Baby, we say Boa Me.
Wow, it's like the orgy.
It sounds like a feast track.
Yeah.
But saying I love
He's done the original, though, didn't he?
Oh, really?
Let's show.
That's okay.
We just grow.
Hey.
With them Big Shaq.
Hey.
That's my friend. Yeah, that's
my friend.
Just stop it too. Push it. You know. He doesn't like it. Just straight. Look straight. Yeah, you know.
Oh, that's it, Ghana.
My friend. Let's go on a date. Tonight. Oh, you see? Prepare. What's it? I like it now. We just make things. Again, and again. Oh, Dr. Ofori. The one and only. The one and only you can dance with. Yeah. We say yeah.
He's done well with that, fam.
Yeah. R2. It's a classic.
Oh, it's classic.
I can't stand this stupid weather. Get back to Ghana.
Is that Fuse? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Fuse.
Hey, Fus.
Oh,
Everything okay?
Everything cool. What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to get your permission, because I've done a remix for Boa Me, and I want to bring it for Independence Day. Is it okay?
Oh, brother, it's a worldwide movement.
Oh yes, I know this.
And the song is for Africa, it's for Ghana. So if you're gonna do it, it has to be very big.
Dr. For everything that I do is big, isn't it?
Let me hear it.
Yeah, okay.
It's a nice video.
Very nice, man.
That's sweet, so nice.
Yeah, man.
That's sweet.
That's a nice
Hey, is that the
video.
Arsenal TV guy?
Where?
What do you know about Arsenal TV?
I watch Arsenal TV just for this guy. It's
Rob
funny.
Sir.
Yeah. I don't understand nothing there, but yes.
Alright. That's a nice video.
It was.
And the fact he put out on Ghanaian Independence Day.
Yeah, I made it extra special.
And I'm glad he done something with Dr. Ofori, because that was like
Yes.
that was like one of my other favorite characters from.
I mean, I always liked Big Shaq, but Dr. Ofori was my
Dr.
personal
Ofori was number
favorite.
one for me,
I just felt like it was just everything was hilarious. Everything. Yeah.
I just hope he's able to get people in Ghana to connect with that character. If that makes sense. Because I feel like obviously everyone knows worldwide Big Shaq, but then I feel we've talked about his other characters that he doesn't box into Big Shaq.
Yeah, so true.
I think he can. I think it can work. I think people get that. I think people get Dr. Ofori. Like I think people even in the UK, like it's growing on people. I mean, I think like Big Shaq is there, but I feel like now pushing Dr. Ofori, and then people get that over time. Sometimes you need to it takes its time.
I think this characterization is going to take a while to really. But with Big Shaq, it has a big impact because one, he's an English guy.
Yeah.
Two, he's speaking English, so it's easier, and obviously he's doing a character which a lot of people can relate to. It's that hood, that road, whatever, and that is something that you can find in all cultures.
For sure.
With Dr. Ofori, I find it's a really good characterization, but I feel like the African diaspora will understand it a lot more than maybe people that are like our white counterparts or anyone else that's not in that diaspora, especially maybe Caribbean, stuff like that. They'll obviously see it and they'll laugh at it, but they may not be able to relate to it as much as Big Shaq. I get what David's saying. I think he has a lot of work to do with this character to make it something as big as Big Shaq, if not bigger, because obviously Boa Me is in a lot of it. Is it Twi?
Yeah.
A lot of it is said in Twi. So I think a lot of people, because I'm Nigerian, so I won't understand everything he's saying, but I will understand the African, like him being African. But I'm not sure if everyone worldwide will get it.
But one thing I noticed is that what he did in the video was like, I mean, obviously I can understand a bit of Twi, but like, as well, he was telling people, he was translating certain things he said in English. So like, for people that didn't know Bourdieu, like he was saying that, it's like plantain. If he didn't know what contomere is, like spinach stew, he would say,
So
he would
translate himself.
Yeah, and when he was saying Boa Me, he was saying help me. So he was translating it for people that wouldn't understand, which I think was pretty important, but especially when you want to attract an audience that don't understand, you know. So but I'm like not being. I feel like I'm being a bit biased, but as well, I love the video. Like personally, but I love the video in general when even people just bring a community in
and then you just bring it together. It just seems like such a natural video. So
So would you say this? So you just mentioned bringing the community, and you like that. So did you feel the same when you watched the French Montana with Unforgettable?
I thought that was really good.
So do you think that was natural? As you said, natural. So was it as natural as that with that too?
I think it is natural in terms of how, like, when you bring, for example, in Africa, like in an African country, when you're like around, for example, kids, I think you get a lot of natural behavior from kids, especially when it comes to like dancing. They might see a camera, but they're going to give you what they know that comes from within. It's not forced. It's not like a director would be like, you have to dance like this. The kids are going to do what they know best, like they can do. And then I feel like that's why I felt like it was natural, and even in French's video. But yeah.
There was a lot of controversy with that video, though.
The French one.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like a lot of the time...
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, there's a lot of... I was just about to say that. Like, I feel like a lot of people have done the whole bringing a community into their videos.
Or using Africa as a backdrop.
Yeah, or any kind of other... Like, any other culture community, which is different with this. Like, let me just make this clear.
Yeah.
It's not the same with Dr. Ofori. He's from Ghana. Like, he's coming to his community. That's a completely different situation. I'm talking about people that aren't even...
like associated.
So I'm not even talking about French either, because French is African too. But I'm talking about like other artists who may decide to just go to a community and just shoot and just use the kids as to dance and tap and sing. Like, what's your opinions on that type of thing?
I think a lot of the time I'm a bit confused by it, and even like this is another argument, but a lot of people that I've seen in uni going on gap years and taking pictures with kids in Africa, and like, what does that mean, and what are you trying to say? The whole white savior kind of narrative, which I'm really, really against. And it's like a lot of these people that, like, if this was done in the UK, forms will be filled out, kids will be paid, and it will be very official. Whereas when you go into communities like this, you take advantage of people and you just film them a lot of the time without their consent or without their parents knowing, which I'm against. So I don't know, it's a hard argument. With this, I think this definitely doesn't fall into that category at all. But
why would you say this doesn't?
Because he's from there, and you can tell there's like direct engagement with the community, and like, yeah, it seems genuine. It doesn't seem forced, and I don't think anyone's being exploited. And he even said at the end, like, thanks to these people, thanks to the school and everything, giving thanks. So yeah, I'm for it. I don't think he's exploiting anyone,
Which is good.
I think as well, it's like I think it's normal that it becomes controversial, because now it's like you have artists that, how do you know when someone is genuine? You know, I think sometimes, me personally, my belief is that unless there's an artist that has had they've done this in the past, previous times, I wouldn't want to judge that person saying that, you know, they're doing this, they're doing that. I'd like to come with the mind of just like, okay, you're coming here with goodwill, like good faith, you know. So yeah,
but I think it's important to have these conversations.
It is about, definitely,
like, how people are being portrayed.
I think it makes people aware.
Of our narrative.
Yeah, 100.
How it's shown. But yeah, in my opinion, I think that Michael Dapaah, I think because he's a comedian, I think people don't really deep like how talented this guy is. The fact that we believe this character, and the fact that a lot of the stuff, I'm sure, is improvised. Like, it's pure skill, and the fact that he's done so well on a global stage, I just really wish him the best of luck. And even if it's not as big as Big Shaq, like, it's absolutely fine. He's done so well. Like, it's amazing.
So can I ask a question? Do you guys think you can see Michael Dapaah doing stand-up?
I don't, but I think it would be a great test for him if he could. I'd like to see. If I was going to test him, I'd say I'd love to see him try to do that.
Why can't he?
I think he can.
I think he can.
I don't think.
I'm talking about as Michael Dapaah.
Yeah.
Not as a character, just as Michael Dapaah.
I see.
Yeah.
Of course
that,
not.
That's what I mean.
I don't know.
I think with Michael Dapaah, I think people buy into his characters rather than himself. Even though he's got like a really infectious personality and like people like that. But I think what's made him successful, what he is now, is the Dr. Ofori, the Big Shaqs. So I don't know.
What if he does that on stage?
Yeah, why
you
is
can
that?
do that on
Like,
stage.
I feel
switch in between.
Possible.
Yeah.
On stage.
I feel it's possible, but from what I've seen, I haven't seen anything to say that he can. So like I said, if he could, it would be a good test, and I'd love to see him try that. But from what I've seen, I haven't. Because like if you look at like other comedians that have gone that way, it's like let's use like Eddie
LG,
Murphy as an example or something. He started to stand up, and then he started doing all these different characters like Norbit and all that stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? Whereas you can probably say Michael Dapaah could do it on that flip side of doing like, you know, these different characters and then going to do stand up. But from what I've seen up to now, I haven't seen that. But
he's actually going to be on. I don't know if he's done it already, but he's going to be on Wild 'N Out. So that would be a really interesting time to see if how his improvisation, how his comedy skills would be away from the characters.
I'd love to see that.
I don't know if they're filming it yet.
I've seen him
I think they filmed it already.
Would you say like Wild 'N Out is basically like a modern version of stand up?
Well, I would,
because you're on stage and you have to.
I feel like it's just a PR movie, you know, like.
I think it's.
I feel like artists go on that like.
No, we know all of the marketing stuff. But we're talking about like the general like artistry of it. Like it is quite a lot of improvisation comedy because a lot of people are technically they're meant to be thinking on top of the dome. So when I watch it, I just see people are meant.
Do you think they actually think off the dome?
No, of course they're putting stuff down. They do write some stuff down naturally. But I'm just talking about the whole idea is meant to be improvised comedy where it's like if they give you a topic, you just come out with it. So that's. I would be interested to see how Michael would do it.
Yeah.
Because a very high pressure place. Because I think Kojo did it, but he's not in it anymore.
Really?
And I think he kind of fell into, like when I used to watch him do it a bit. I don't know if it really worked.
I don't think it.
I mean, I see Michael Dapaah really as like a content creator in a sense where he's taken it to another level. Because obviously everyone knew Swell and it was more like everyone just saw the content he created from that. But I feel now he upped it a notch with the different forms of content he was able to produce while keep staying in his lane. So it was still comedy. You make Big Shaq, Man's Not Hot. That's hilarious. But remember, you upped it now. You've upped that content you've created because who told him to make a track? Like he could make the track.
I can see him in movies though.
I can
see him in movies.
I see him as a form of like how. What's the guy who made Ali G? I forgot the name. I see him. Sasha. Yeah, I see him like him in a sense.
Me too.
He created different characters and he implemented them in different ways.
And what I liked,
movies.
What I liked about Michael Dapaah is that obviously when he started, remember he used to start off with just videos that he posted online. And then I think it was like beginning of last year that he created like the swirl sort of thing on YouTube and actually made like episodes sort of thing, which I think gave it like some sort of like actual
seriousness.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, sort of thing. And then obviously that's led to now him growing and then so I think he can definitely the world's his limit basically. And
even if people, I think even if people are not like getting Dr. Ofori as much here, I think even for people in Ghana to understand is great in a sense because I mean it's just great. What more would you want? It'd be a problem if no one was getting it at all. But coming from your own community, you wouldn't complain. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah.
So yeah, what would you rate that then? The song?
I'm putting it an 8 because I just felt like I really got this. I got the song, and it was funny and you could vibe to it. Like
8 means you play it again though.
Yeah, I would play it again.
You would. Okay.
I would.
Okay. Alright.
I think for me, I think I enjoyed it. I think it was funny. I enjoyed the whole sort of like vibe he portrayed in it. I think for me, I'd probably give it a 7. It's a good song, but I think for me it's just a 7. Yeah.
I think it's a 6.5 for me. Because like I feel like it was more about his personality and what he's doing rather than the actual song itself. Like even though the visuals are like really good and stuff, but it's not something I'd play again. So yeah, 6.5 for me.
I'll give it a 7. I'm still hearing it in my head, even though it stopped. Like I think, I'm still hearing it. So yeah, I think it's a strong 7. And the visuals, I agree, David. I think they were really, really strong. So.
Yeah, the visuals were good. So
yeah,
Tom.
I'd probably give it a 7 as well. You know?
I'll give it a 7 too. I think I'm with you lot on that one.
Okay.
7.
It's so what is it? I put in a 7.
7.
Okay, 7. Well, guys,
it's a 7. Okay,
it's an 8.
It's a 7.
It's an 8. I'm joking.
It's okay,
guys.
It's okay.
Yes, guys. It's a 7.
You didn't win this time.
It's not fun.
The wind.
You know, guys, it's an 8 in our hearts and a 7 in their heads. Foolish.
But guys,
But he's trying to get fans.
Trying to get fans.
guys,
Don't listen to them. They'll be like, yes, I understand
Yes,
you.
it's David.
He's talking
He's got so much
shit.
knowledge. He chats shit, cuz.
So clever.
Your mouth is smelling of shit. That's what it's doing.
Thank you. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. We hope you liked that reaction. Besides people talking shit, thank you. This was Dr. Ofori, Boa Me Remix. Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. Me say yeah. Atu. Tema casa no. Tema casa no. Me say tema casa no. Me say tema casa no. Oh, Charlie, hey, baby, sweetie, we have me flavor. When them bear man, oh no, oh you hater, me pass them. I don't entertain ya. Oh, chest to chest, vapor. Oh, bako, miensa, me say yo, oh.